Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Andy Stickle, and I am currently sitting in my hot tub because I hurt my back. So if anyone has any good lower back relieving strategies, let me know. I've tried acupuncture this week. I did a massage. I did an acupuncture twice. Which, if you've never done acupuncture, it's really interesting. I could do a whole video on my experience with acupuncture. The guy that does my acupuncture looks like, the guy from Office Space who's like, you have my stapler. That he looks exactly like that guy, but he actually is really interesting. It's weird. They put a needle in my hand and they put one like right in my forehead, like right there, and it made my back pain instantly go away. It's crazy. And it's progressively kind of coming back a little bit, but it's actually way better today than it's been over the last couple of days. But, as I'm sitting here in my hot tub looking at my neighborhood, my pool, I've got a freaking grotto back there. I'm looking at that. And the reason that I'm looking at all this stuff and kind of just reflecting on kind of what I've accomplished. And one of the things is that the reason that I have all of this is not because I focused on me. And that's kind of something that I think is a really important lesson for a lot of people to understand. I try to give as much value to my clients as possible. I've got 45 some odd clients, and I work my butt off to make sure that every one of them gets clients, gets good results, is happy, understands what's happening with their marketing campaigns, all that kind of stuff, and that's why my clients, first of all, that's why I get good results, because I'm obsessed with getting good results for my clients. There's times when I've even had clients that have not gotten good results because, the reality is SEO, you can do all the right things and you'll get 45 different results with 45 different websites, and you can do the exact same campaign. It's a very strange thing. But there's sometimes when it just doesn't work. And I can't really explain why, but there's just sometimes when we'll do all the right things and it just doesn't work. And even in those instances when it just doesn't work, we've actually paid out of our pocket for AdWords and for Facebook advertising and for different things for clients, because we want to make sure that they get a good result, because we know that if we get them, if we allow them to get everything that they want, then we'll be able to get everything that we want. And that's why I've been successful. That's why I put all this content out. I put out all this content. I provide, tons of value, and it's not all for show. I'm really interested in helping people, because I know that if I help people, then, it's going to come back to me tenfold. And I don't know if that's selfish or if that's being selfish by not being selfish or what it is. But, just kind of looking around at all this and looking, because I live here, I do all this stuff, but I don't necessarily always just kind of come out in the middle of the day and just relax. And, my kids are running around. I don't know where they went. You can see they're kind of made a mess over there. But, I don't necessarily just come out and relax and just look around. And, if anyone asks me what's the key to success in terms of how did I get successful and how was I able to, have a really nice life and have a really nice house and be able to take off Friday if I want to and different things like that. And the answer is I provided value for other people. I basically stopped worrying about myself and I only helped other people. And I do that, my actions speak pretty loud with what I do for my clients, but now what I'm also doing is I'm providing value through my Facebook group and through my emails and through all that kind of stuff. And basically, I put everything out on the table. I say, look, every day I try to release another video that has some actionable content that tells you exactly what, here's one more thing you can do to try to get more clients today. Anything that I do in life, whether, I don't know if I'm going to be in marketing my whole life, I probably will be, but I don't know what I'm going to be in my whole life. Anyway, dog is coming outside now. But that's my marketing strategy, and that's what everyone's marketing strategy should be. If you provide value to everybody around you, then you'll get everything you want. There's a quote, I think I may have already said it, I don't remember. The quote that something about like, if you help, you'll get everything you want if you help other people get everything they want. And it's true. So just looking back, thinking about that, and if there's one thing to take about this, it's just provide value with everything you do. Provide value, and we'll come back. Provide value, not expecting to get anything back, and I promise you, it will come back to you. That's why I think that every attorney should be recording at least one video every single day, just talking about one way that one of their clients that's having a problem, something that they could do to help themselves. That's what I do, and it just works incredibly well. So that's my thought for the day. If anyone has any good lower back pain relief strategies, let me know. I've been laying on tennis ball. I've done acupuncture. I've done all kinds of stretches, all kinds of stuff. But if anybody has any secrets, let me know. Otherwise, have a good Friday. Talk to you guys soon.